Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I leapt headfirst into the black, searching for answers. I found only more questions. My memories fade with each step. I feel a weight. It's so heavy. I find nothing. Here in darkness, I awaken for the first time. My skin is on fire. My lungs ache for air. My body's too weak to stand. To fight back. The pain pierces every thought. Death would be a kindness that I do not deserve. Let me die broken.
Did for the Navy for a while.
Howdy, folks. The video.
And
allegedly.
Welcome to
Here, I'll send you the link.
Broken
Bluey!
episode 51. I only heard the tail end about mentioning the Navy, I guess.
Allegedly.
But I do love popping in on some weirdness. You guys never disappoint. Thank you.
Except
for
when
that.
we do.
Welcome to Broken, guys. We're playing some sci-fi tabletop RPG goodness for you guys today, and of course, I'm joined by my cohorts. I hope you're all having a great week. How's everybody doing?
Yeah,
It's
been an
Wacky
absolute
Wednesday.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's been a day.
It sounds like everybody has had some craziness going on today, except for me. I've had a totally normal day.
My day was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's always the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah, but if that proposal gets passed, it'll end up with a lot of people in my department making more money.
Right on.
Nice.
Ooh.
Right on. That's cool. Good job, man.
Thanks.
Well, speaking of craziness, you guys can be in on the chaos too for free. I like that segue. You can jump in on the Discord and see the chaos that's going to be posted. You know, if you want to see all the episodes in meme format, here is the link for that. If you're watching on Twitch, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, the link's in the description below the video. check it out.
Did they do deleted?
You can also get this guy who had give him a congratulations for putting up a good proposal today. Go over to buymeacoffee.com/brokendank and fuel up the party's murder hobo for all the presentations.
Murder!
Murder. Of course, Caitlin cheers for murder. Thank you, Caitlin.
Look, it only makes sense.
Yeah, you can also head over to twitter.com/sketchingspace and show Gerblin some love on all the awesome art. Give a follow, say hey. Do it. And you can head over to Instagram, TikTok, and coffee.com/Ace of Wands Designs and show Joanne some love for her art too. And you can say hey to her on the Forest Flush show on Mondays. All right.
Where she is currently trying to kill another player character.
Oh my god. Joanne, I'm asking her questions.
The player character that is with us now. Right, Maury?
Poor Luce.
There's no trying. She did.
Yeah. So tune in to see why.
Yeah.
There's definitely some insanity going on Forest of Flush right now.
Literally.
Yeah. For sure. I'm starting to wonder if the party's gonna make it through it. I guess we'll see. That's the beauty
Tune
of
in and
improv.
find out.
Even I don't know. The party's worst enemy was itself.
Is themselves.
Yep. Yes.
Isn't that usually the case?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll go around, have you guys introduce yourselves and your characters, and then at the end we'll talk about what's going on right now and the predicament you have all put yourselves in. And yeah, and we'll jump in and start playing. Sound good? All right. Oh, the chaos is popping off, you guys. That's already popping off.
Yeah.
All right. So, speaking of which, let me jump back to the title screen with the rest of you guys. 1 second. Here we go. All right. So, to start us off today, we have the one and only murder hobo himself, Dank. Dank, how are you?
Yeah, it's your boy. Back at it again with another episode of Broken. Doing good today. Having an absolute gas of a time.
Choice fun. I love it.
Right on.
We might be in a pickle. It might be just fine. We're about to find out.
Indeed we are. Indeed we are. Thank you, Dank. Up next, we've got Gerblin playing the one in this arc, Enigma. There's only one of them here. It's kind of weird.
The one and the only in this one. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't have to deal with what two different people are doing, just the one.
If we do some exploring, we can fix that.
True.
Possibly. I have a lineup in reserve just for this.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
We're gonna have to figure out names for them all.
I have names for them. Don't you worry. That's what started this.
I may have made a suggestion that turned into a brainworm.
It turned into a brainworm, and they have taken over my brain, all of them as a collective, as they do. And so now they're just there. I have more or less finished art for one. I have art in progress for another. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, that's awesome. Right on.
So if we ever meet them, and we might meet at least one of them. We'll see.
Cool.
Even if only in a flashback. So we'll see if things go that way. But as far as this Enigma goes, I think we dubbed them Ninja Enigma. Yeah, they're pretty chill. Kind of worried about whatever is going on now. Funky noises and other nonsense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Indeed, we will. Thank you, Gerblin. Up next, we've got Caitlin playing Liz for you guys. Caitlin, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Liz didn't plant a weapon. She used to kill someone on another mostly unconscious person. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's okay. The doctor didn't know what you were talking about either.
Nope.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So you planted it on somebody. You killed the person. You did all the things. You scanned the room. You saw some weird stuff on the person you planted it on. We'll get to that. It sounds like also, I guess the player characters don't know this, but it sounds like also Europa has been like, yeah, murderers are not welcome here. Do whatever you want to do.
Feels a little hypocritical, but okay.
It's
Just
funny.
a smidge.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Caitlin. Up next, we've got Mori playing Narcissa for you guys. Mori, how are you doing?
Oh, she's getting an impromptu shower. So she's not too happy right now.
Yes, a shower in a totally harmless gas.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Mori. Last but not least, we've got Zach playing Disrupt for you guys. How are you, Zach?
Hello, I am seeing and hearing nothing. This has been rolling very badly on the noticing things rolls recently, so he's kind of I think he's got other things on his mind. What other things there are, I have no idea, but I think they're there.
You have been the chillest about the weirdness going on so far. But yeah.
I don't know if it's for a good reason or just,
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you are the Dreadlander.
True.
Yeah.
I am starting to think this might be a nightmare.
You'd recognize a nightmare, I suppose, wouldn't you, Dis?
Yeah. Usually they involve a lot more flaying, though.
Yours have a certain theme. I'm not sure exactly why that is. But they do seem to have a very torture-esque, almost like Hellraiser-y kind of theme to them.
Because I decided that's what would fit him.
Right on. All right. Well, I guess let's see if we can't drag you guys back in here. Let's see. We left off on the med bay screen. I think this is where we're at.
Could be, yeah.
And if I recall, so basically what happened last time, you guys have been in here. You talked to the captain a little bit. He sort of filled you in on the communication with Europa and sort of what they were doing. Basically keeping you guys isolated in here. And basically they're working on getting an antidote from the corpse of the siren that you guys brought on board.
Specimen.
Yeah. And while you were in here, some weird stuff started happening. I think he unhandcuffed you guys, so you're like able to move around freely. I think you guys had already unhandcuffed yourselves, let's be honest.
Right.
But he basically was giving a show of good faith, I guess, and taking the restraints off of you guys. You all had basically planted the murder weapon on Jeb, because while you were on board that train car, Liz slit someone's throat, a fellow passenger. But to be fair, you had pretty good
Look,
reason.
it was completely justified at the time.
Yeah, he was literally insane, causing people physical harm.
Yeah, he was driven mad by the spores, and he was a total liability for sure.
And lame.
Thank you. Yeah. So you guys killed him, and basically Europa has been like, okay, well, this barge has found you. You guys can do with them what you would normally do, in your group. I don't want them back here if there's a killer among them, kind of thing. And he filled you in on that. You've also talked to like a doctor before that, and now you guys are sort of, while you're waiting on this antidote, you're sort of exploring the room. You're noticing weird things. There was a strange hum in the ceiling. There was something growing potentially in Jeb's body. He was sort of lurching around when you guys were playing the siren tune. And Liz used her bionic eye to sort of scan him and saw something writhing around in his torso, I think.
Yeah.
And Narcissa found something under her bed, like a box, like attached to the bed, like a metallic, like lockbox kind of thing that was opened. And you found like a little vial of some strange grayish liquid, and like a note on metal sheet that said something along that you couldn't read. It was in a language you couldn't decipher, if I recall. Yeah. And then when you were investigating this humming noise coming from the ceiling, you basically found what seemed to be like a button or something that would open up, and upon pressing it in, activated something, came down from the ceiling, spinning before pausing and then spraying gas all over the whole room, if I recall. And I think that's where we ended. Is that right?
You did make a comment that it sprayed me and Dank directly in the face.
Yeah, you were right there. I think Dank was lifting you up or something, giving you a boost so that you could reach it, right?
Yeah.
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 So you're definitely
But
getting
just in case.
the main force of it for sure. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's fine. So we'd fade back in on a still shot of the room, like a paused freeze frame, with the two of you in the center of the room, but we can't see you because you're completely obscured. Maybe like we see an arm sticking out of this cloud of gray gas. Almost kind of looks like smoke almost, coming down from the ceiling. It's spraying all over the center of the room. There's so much of it that it's like rippling off the ground below you, like in a wave. And we can see that it's like spreading out into the room from this still shot as the camera like pans around everyone's face. Of course, we get a shot of Narcissa and Dank, but there's nothing but smoke all over them. This gas. What is everyone else doing, like on this freeze frame as we pan across everybody else? what are you guys all doing? Liz.
I'm trying to like search for any type of masks available in case of an emergency. So that's what Liz is doing.
Okay, so maybe we see you like turning towards the cupboard, like back here, where there were some medical supplies. Maybe there was like a table somewhere too. I think it got rolled back. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we see you turning to start to make a go for that. I guess here, let me see if I can kind of organize this a little bit better so we can kind of better understand the current layout. So we have Dank and Narcissa in the middle of the room. Jeb's still there. Dis, assuming you're still there. Enigma, you're there. Liz, you're there.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, this freeze frame, we see you like turning towards the cupboard over by where Jeb is, maybe. What about you, Dis? Zach, you're muted.
Sorry, computer issue.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm still unsure as to how exactly like brain was the word I was looking for. I wouldn't necessarily say conscious, but like with it, I am.
Okay, so maybe we don't see you like with as panicked of a reaction to what's happening in front of you. Maybe maybe you're just like kind of sitting back on your bed or something, and you just look more apprehensive or
yeah,
confused.
I'm definitely like this is weird, but like it's sort of strengthening the like thought of like, am I back in the nightmare somehow? That would be bad. I don't want that.
Right. Okay. Enigma. Ninja Enigma. What are you up to?
Yeah, they're definitely holding their breath. Like they'd like sucked in a big breath of air and they're holding it and have like fully pulled up the like cloth mask that they have over their nose, and they are probably reaching for like Dank and Narcissa to try and pull them out of where this stupid fucking gas is coming from, or at least making that move to try and get them out of the line of fire as much as they can.
Okay, so you're like about to dive towards them or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Jeb we get a shot of Jeb laying in the bed, limp. Dank and Narcissa. You're probably just reacting to the spray, I think. So like maybe Narcissa, you started to pull your hand back from the device and are starting to cover your face. Is there anything else you'd like to be like about to do?
She'd probably need to see if she doesn't get thrown off balance.
Well, I am like holding you up.
Are you, Dank?
I mean, yeah.
You don't
My
move.
reaction would be to like run the fuck away from the spraying gas while carrying her as fast as I possibly could.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Which direction are you going?
Towards the door.
Okay. All right. Cool. So as the freeze frame ends, and everything whooshes back into motion, you guys do those things really quickly. Dank, you start to move Narcissa toward the door. Liz, you start to try to go past them to the cupboard. Let me undo that. Dis, you kind of just sit there and observe. I'm guessing.
Yeah, in a bit of a, kind of in a bit of a daze.
Maybe
I might probably like put my hand or like my sleeve over my mouth if the gas is like going everywhere.
Oh,
But
it quickly does. Yeah, it quickly.
yeah,
It like within a few seconds, it's basically gonna fill the room. That's how. quick
yeah, I'll
it's
like cover
spreading.
my mouth with something, but that's probably kind of all I do.
Okay. In Enigma, are you still diving towards them? Towards the smoke? I guess I should say.
Yeah.
You want to make?
Yeah, I would still be going that direction.
Do you want to make like a observation perception-y roll? I'm going to give you a -1 because they're in the smoke. The smoke is blocking your vision. Success. All right. So you do see the direction they're moving. You are able to make out the direction they move. Maybe you see the motion before the gas really like fills up most of the area. So if you want to like basically either I guess you could push them towards the door basically. So you could either like, I might be giving them a contested roll against Liz as she tries to push past the two of them. You could either help them in that, or you could totally like tackle them to the ground if you want. Up to you.
It would probably be like a move, let's go, we need to go kind of gesture, and yeah, would probably be the initial and then looking, probably would then at that point look for disrupt.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe try and grab him and drag him out too.
Liz, as you start to rush towards the cupboard, you can quickly see that like the aisle in the middle of the room, it's filling up with people as Dank's pushing towards your direction, Enigma behind, kind of ushering everyone towards the door. What are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna do like a little acrobatics thing and start like jumping over people. Because I'm trying to help us. Because Liz is worried that this is not the only room that this is happening in.
Yeah, okay. Okay. It's not a contested roll. Just make like an acrobatics roll.
Sorry, my thing's being really slow today.
No worries.
Well, that's
Oof.
unfortunate.
How are you looking on influence points?
I still got a decent chunk. I'll spend one.
Okay. Reroll. Success. All right. So, how you do this? You use your acrobatics to, like you said, go over them. You don't have to push past them. Are you like flipping over the bed, kicking off the wall or something? You end up on the other side of them as they all sort of usher towards the door. How are you doing it?
So, depending on how high people are, she might have like a running start and like jump off the side of the wall onto like a bed and jumping further across the room, I guess.
Sure.
Pretty much just multiple jumps to try to keep out of everyone's way as she heads towards the cupboard.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you do. You get over to the cupboard. What's everybody else doing? We see you like reach up and pull up, rip the cupboard open, Liz, and you look into the cupboard. We'll cut away first, and then we'll see what you see in there. What are the rest of you doing?
It sounds like I am getting grabbed.
You are indeed getting grabbed.
Do I notice any immediate adverse effects to the gas?
You're
Like, does it make it harder to breathe? Does it have a weird smell? Anything like that?
yeah. You haven't stopped yourself from breathing it in, I guess, have you?
I don't think any of us have, besides Enigma.
Dis
No.
was making an effort to cover.
I kind of tried a little bit, but not terribly hard.
All right. So those of you who are breathing it in, make this could be like an observation check, to see if it's affecting you, I guess.
I will spend an influence point. There we go.
Savvy success. All right. Success. Savvy success. Who else are we waiting on? Dis and Enigma, if you want to roll.
Okay.
I thought that Enigma had their face covered.
Yeah.
I've been specifically trying not to, but
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
it could
yeah,
be
yeah.
an observation to see if it's affecting the others.
Fair. I'll allow it. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Since it's more of like a external perception kind of situation, do I still have that negative modifier?
Yeah, you would. Yeah. If you're observing other people, then yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't notice shit.
Yeah.
Enigma is focusing
Oh, hey, I finally
on
noticed
getting
things.
out.
Yeah, I'm more focused on getting people out of this cloud of bullshit that
Yeah.
I don't care how people are actually like reacting to it.
Fair enough.
I also can't breathe, so
Yeah. All right. So, everybody who got a success or better, you do feel, it does feel difficult to breathe. It feels thick, and there's a particular like scent on the air that is familiar to you. Brings you right back to that train car. It smells like the spores do. It's a lot stronger. It's more concentrated, but it has that same smell.
Shit.
Yeah. And if you're, well, Enigma, you don't really pick up on anything. Dis, if you're observing it on other people, you'd probably immediately recognize similar symptoms. You're breathing it in yourself. What I just said stands.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You guys can move your tokens around if you like, but if you want to move towards the door, you can do that.
I am having a moral dilemma. If we open this door, everybody's gonna be like horribly infected.
If we don't open the door, there's a good chance we die.
This is true. I'm gonna try to use nonverbal communication to hint that we should grab bed sheets. Like, I'm grabbing bed sheets as I'm running past while carrying Narcissa, trying to fucking let people know, hey, let's get the fuck out of here, and then block the door off.
We are still locked in that room, by the way.
I was about to say, I don't know that we can
necessarily.
necessarily get out the door anyway.
The door is locked.
I'm gonna
And
kick it
Narcissa
down.
is going to try to get out from Dank.
Okay.
No, I'm going to use your additional weight as momentum to help me kick this door down.
So are you letting her? She's trying to wriggle away from you. Are you letting her?
No, I'm grabbing a bed
Okay.
sheet, holding her tight to me, and running to kick this door down.
Okay, so contested check for you two. It'll be
I
your
don't have anything for this.
yeah. It would be either like a yeah, okay, yeah, all right. Dank.
Jesus!
Okay. So yeah, you try to wriggle away from him, but he like hangs on to you with like one hand while he's grabbing this bed sheet, and he's moving towards the door.
He says no.
Damn it, let me go!
And he does seem to be like gesturing like he before he grabbed the bed sheet, he pointed back towards the bed that Dis was on. And you too, Enigma. I guess he did say nonverbal communicating, like to get the bed sheets to try to like seal off the room once you leave or something. Enigma, Dis.
I'd like to try and summon my little snaky friend.
Ooh.
All right, yeah, you got to make a roll, right?
Yes, I do a special roll
Yeah.
of 1 die. Okay, and I just have to not get a 1.
Okay.
Where'd my thing go? Oh, it's over. There we go. 1 die. 4.
Hey,
I succeed.
4. Awesome. So
All
yeah,
right.
it appears. What does it look like?
Like a black cloud, not cloud, maybe like a black sort of snake kind of slithers out of my mouth.
Ew.
Right on.
Not like this is the first time he's called it.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, this is the second time, and I'm actually going to do the exact same thing I did last time because I'm worried about myself getting in terrifying nightmares. So yeah, my like command for it would be if I am brain. Trying to think of a good way to word this. Wake me up from any hallucinations I experience.
Oh, so it's going to bite you if you seem to be experiencing a hallucination. Is that the idea?
Yes. Yeah.
So here's my question. How will it know? Like, are we talking like, okay, so what are we talking here? Like, how's this? I guess it's kind of linked to you.
It is. Yeah, it is kind of a part of me.
So would you have to know that it's a hallucination?
You can tell it to
Did
keep
you-
your frame of mind right now, and if it alters off the baseline, then you're hallucinating.
Yeah, I could basically. Well, I'm also kind of a little insane right now.
Yeah, like
That
you've
is a
been
good
hallucinating for a while at this point.
True.
Maybe
That's
he
a good
getting like
question.
distress. 'Cause that's kinda
Yeah,
what you had
most
to
of
do
my
last
nightmares
time.
are. Yeah, most of my things are about the nightmare. So
Yeah.
if
so
I guess if I have a distressing hallucination, wake me, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose you could always just be like, if you want, you can do it on command. You can be like, okay, I
True,
want it to wake me now.
Yeah.
So just feel free to be like, wake me, wake me, or whatever, you know, if you feel like it comes to that. All right. Yeah. Sneck appears.
It is curled around my neck, protectively.
Cool. Enigma? Are you also moving towards the door, Dis, or are you still staying there?
I am getting dragged towards the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I did grab him. Yeah, if I see that nonverbal communication from Dank, then yeah, I'll start grabbing a couple of snag bed sheets along the way as well.
Okay. And I'm assuming, Dis, you don't resist being grabbed.
Nope.
Okay. Dank, Enigma, you may both add a bed sheet to your inventory. Sure. Liz, okay, so we cut back to you. You open we see what you're looking at in the cabinet, and yeah, I mean, there's the stuff that was in there before, that we saw before, the different medicines and all that kind of stuff. And there's some medical masks, like, you know, like a cloth that you'd put over your face, basically. Like, they may be slightly different looking or like a different color, but like a typical, like, you know, piece of paper that has a string that goes around your ears on either side.
Like someone might wear during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, geez. We're grabbing all of them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you grab like a pack of them. Roll a D25.
Oh. My God. Hold, please.
How many masks you gonna get?
All right. You get 12 masks. So
I have no idea how many people's on the ship.
So you like reach in the cupboard, you grab a pack of these medical masks, and there's about 12 of them in there. So you can add that to your inventory, 12 medical masks. Or whatever the proper, if you know the proper name for them, you can call them that.
That's literally all they're called, is medical masks.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to get specific about like grades, you can, but
yeah. All right. What else you want to do?
I'm gonna grab one more bed sheet.
Probably throw it over the thing that's spewing the gas out, too.
Yeah. I'm
bed
gonna
sheet?
grab a bed sheet and throw it over the thing that's squirting gas.
Okay. So here's my question. You could throw it at it, but it's just going to fall down because basically this thing is sticking straight. It's like a cylinder that sticks straight down from the ceiling and like in the middle of the room.
See if you can wrap it around it, maybe.
You can do that.
Uh,
You could like tie it around it or something. That would work.
Probably put
Probably
it
Probably
on
get more exposed, though.
I would like to have. Gonna use it. Well, I don't know if you'd allow this, but hear me out. If I use an influence point to have several pieces of like rope, and then I like tie it super tight to let as little gas come out as possible, would you allow that?
Okay. So what are you using as rope?
So I was gonna use the influence point to have rope in the room to my access.
Or, I mean, it's a medical facility. There's probably rolls of gauze or like vet wrap or like medical wrap that could work as well.
Yeah, I think you could do that. You could.
I
mean,
suppose we could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can spend an influence point for there to be like a fresh, like a brand new roll of gauze or something in the cupboard, and yeah, you could definitely use that to tie something off, tie the sheet around the cylinder or something like that for sure.
Cool.
It's gonna take you a second to do it, I would assume, but is there anyone who wasn't somebody holding their breath at first? Was that you, Liz?
It was me, actually.
Okay. Are you still holding your breath, Enigma?
Yep.
All right.
Liz is gonna put on the facial mask though before she ties it.
Okay. Yeah. You grab a mask and put it on, and you start to move towards the center of the room. It's gonna be over the top of where Enigma and Dis are right now. Are you gonna be standing on something, or like, what's the plan there?
I'll like scoot something over and stand on it, whether it be like a table or a chair or something.
Yeah, you could
Or
probably
one of the beds.
Yeah, you could probably pull like Dank's bed is kind of like right beside there. You could pull it over like a couple feet, like a foot or two or something, and probably stand on that. That'd be fine. So yeah, you start to go that direction. Everybody else, what are you doing? Dank, Narcissa?
Kicking the door down.
Okay. You move towards the door. And you go to use the weight of Narcissa, I guess, that you're also carrying to kick the door down.
Yeah, just full running, kick it.
All right. Sure. It'll be a contested check.
Oh yeah, I gotta contest the check against the door.
Yeah.
Does he get a bonus because he's using her weight as well?
I'm not. I mean, I could argue that you'd actually like lose a dice for that. I don't think I'm gonna give you a bonus for it. No.
That's fair.
I think carrying a person while you're kicking a door down wouldn't make it easier. All right. It is a secure door. It's a metal door. It's also doesn't have a handle on it. It's a sliding door. It's powered. Okay.
Wow.
Give it at 8 dice. I kind of thought you'd have 6, personally. But I guess you only had 5.
Like a lot of dice.
God, even re-rolling those 4s wouldn't do much.
I don't know. Could I just create a strength-based memory?
I would consider making either me or Dank re-roll. Because I did double him. So there may be
Yeah.
Well, we can't
Yeah.
make Dank reroll, so
But I can
Yeah,
make
yeah,
you
yeah.
re-roll those 4s.
You can. All right. So you're spending an influence point to make me re-roll the force.
Yep.
I guess I'll spend one to re-roll my 1 and 2s.
well, I mean, you don't necessarily have to, as long as he doesn't get all 4s again.
So it reduced to a 20, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then you're fine.
Yeah, it's just so long as it's not doubled, it's not going to do hella fucking
Yeah,
damage.
if you think
even
you
if
can
I
beat a
re-roll
20, you
that,
could try, but yeah.
I can't. I don't have
Yeah.
enough.
So you kick the door, or you collide with it full force, and it's a sturdy metal door.
You smack Narcissa's head against it.
It's designed for quarantine. It doesn't give. Maybe
I'll set her
I'll let-
down, try to use mechanics to fucking force the door to open since it's a powered door.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll help with that.
Okay.
Would that be another contested check
Um.
to try and,
Oh, hang on.
or would that be a normal roll?
I think it'd probably be a roll.
Okay.
So the two of you are going up to the door to do that. Liz, you're climbing on a bed to wrap this thing
Yeah.
around. Why don't you go ahead and make a roll for for tying that thing up around the spraying gas thing. And you can go ahead and make your mechanics roll, Dank.
Don't forget to add the die for my help.
Yes. Holy shit.
Let's spend another influence point to reroll that.
Holy shit, dude.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, so you're
Jesus
spending,
Christ.
There we go. That's a
spending
bit
another
better.
influence
I'm
point.
gonna take a +2 to bondage.
To bondage.
Yes.
Okay.
Gonna shibari that pipe real good.
So you're making a memory.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sure. You get a +2 to bondage. Do you have a memory in mind, or do you want to write it later? Do we get a uncomfortable flashback?
Listen. Alright. It's gonna be vague, okay? I gotta remember how it.
Aw, no fade to black.
I remember walking into my captive's cell, and they are screaming for help. I pull out my backpack, stick my hand in, reach out, and find rope. I tie their hands behind their back. I tie their feet close together. And then all you hear is the sweet, succulent screams as the world fades to black.
All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. So you successfully, successfully, you might say, tie this thing around the thing of spitting gas. Like, there's some stuff coming through it, but like, if it is you like, it is helping, certainly. Like, it's probably like, because a sheet, air is going to pass through a sheet, but it's going to be a little bit smothered by the sheet for sure. Maybe.
I mean, it's like an aerosol kind of thing, so I'd assume it's also slightly damp.
Yeah, like, it might even help filter it a bit, you know,
Yeah.
like filter some of the junk out of it if there's, assuming there's stuff in it. Like, it could help. You're only potentially helping here. And you do work, since you got a savvy success, since you did a double 2-point memory, I'm going to say it is for sure helping. Probably quite a bit. So maybe what does come through the sheet is not as, it doesn't obscure the room as much, you know, or it slows it down perhaps. That kind of thing. Perhaps even makes it breathable. We don't know for sure. But you successfully do that. Dank. Okay, so working out the mechanics of the door, you do see like a piece of the wall near the door that looks like could be pried off to get access to like the electronics that run through the door, like the power or something.
Okay.
You've got your hands full. Enigma just like pops off the panel for you.
I set Narcissa down, cross a couple of wires to force the mechanism to trigger the door to open.
Sure.
Like an emergency release kind of thing.
Yeah. Can you make another roll?
Yeah, sure.
I think you're going to be fine here. Oh, come on.
Why?
You got influence points left, don't you?
Yeah,
You want to spend one?
man. Yeah. Come on.
Savage
I don't like how
success.
many ones there are there, though, man. The game is out to get me.
It
That-
usually is.
Oh
that
my
it is.
god, the game wants you to suffer.
As you're coughing, it's hard to see a bit, but it's starting to get a little bit easier to see. Mostly because most of that smoke is being choked off now. The rest of it has been breathed in by the group of you over the last few seconds. Let me see here. A second.
How long has this taken, and do I have to do something about the fact that I'm not breathing this in?
Yeah, it's been about 6 seconds per round. We've gone back and forth about 3 to 4 times through rounds here. So
That's not that long.
yeah, it's not super long. So we're looking at like 24 seconds or so at most.
Okay, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I think you're fine for now. If we get and honestly, it sounds like you guys are about to run out the door. So assuming you're doing that, you're probably
Or at least try to, yeah.
yeah, you're
We're just gonna leave Jeb in here.
probably gonna be okay.
It's okay, he's dead already.
I mean, he's mostly dead. Yeah.
Where's this thing?
clearly
And I don't
alive.
want to know. I don't want to find out what happens to the thing in his belly with this all this gas bullshit. I don't want to find out.
No, it's in his chest. Okay.
Okay, in his chest. Whatever. I don't want to find out what happens.
Yeah, nobody's been paying
Regardless of where it
attention.
is, I don't want to know.
Nobody's been paying attention to Jeb for since the gas went off.
I
guess.
kind of want to look over.
Sure.
You know, he's already going to be a full-sized monster.
Yeah, like you look over and he's his torso is like doing that thing it was doing earlier where like only the back of his or the top of his head and the back of his ankles are touching the bed. Like he's
He's exorcisting.
yeah, he's basically doing that. Let me see. Where is that thing? What the shit? Why can't I find you? Is that? I think this is him. Is this the right guy? Oh no, I won't be able to tell until I put him on the map. All right, so you open the door, Dank. You like connect some wires or whatever. You do your mechanicsy bullshit. There's like a spark, yeah, you manage to like pull your hands back in time before you would get like hit with a bit of electricity or anything like that. And the door opens. And these two guys are standing on the other side of the door.
The nice robot and Terminator. Cool.
Yeah. And they immediately
I'll be Bach.
They immediately rush into the room, like pushing you all back in. I'm assuming this is going to be a contested.
I mean,
For some of us,
probably,
yeah.
yeah.
Nah, screw that noise. +3 memory regarding physical strength.
Yeah. Dude.
All right.
Yes, good.
Yeah, you could do that. Sure. What's the goal here? Are you injuring them? What are you doing? Are you just
figure
like
more like
pushing them back and like battering ram out of the room, pushing past them, knocking them aside or something?
kind of like tackling them to the ground sort of thing?
Okay. Are you dropping Narcissa?
I already did to open the
Oh,
door.
okay. Yeah. You're right. All right. So you're tackling both of these guys to the ground. Okay.
And yelling out,
Sounds like a
"Get
good time."
back, it's not safe."
Get back. You're yelling out, get back. It's not safe.
Hold your breath, don't breathe.
To the androids. Androids, hold your breath.
I don't care, man. I don't have
It's okay,
time
he's
to
hallucinating.
register. I don't have time to register who is on the other side of this door. I just know they are in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be other people in the hallway.
Yeah. So you rush out into the hallway, you tackle these guys to the ground, sure.
If he's got that handled, I am making sure that both, like, everybody else is getting out. So, like, reaching back, grabbing her from, like, tying the thing and, like, just, like, shoving everybody out the door. And then immediately turning to close it again. That's my plan, anyway.
Well, the door is a sliding door. It won't. It like slides open. Like think like a door on a Star Trek bridge that slides open from the center or something. Like a techno door, right? Like there is like there's you'd probably have to do some glitching with the wiring again to get it to close again, but you'd be on the inside of the room. So.
If there's a panel that I can do on the outside to make this happen, whether it's like the actual like button to like open and close the door on the outside or whatever, I am making sure everybody's out and we can close this door.
Sure. Okay. It'll take you 2 turns to do it, just like it took Dank on the inside.
That's fine. I'm okay with this.
Is it fair to say you're all rushing outside? You too, Liz?
I like shoved them out.
Yes.
I get
Okay.
shoved.
All right. So yeah, Dank like knocks these guys to the ground. There's enough room to like get by him. There's a corridor there. And yeah, coming outside. Dank's a little bit got his hands full with these guys.
Literally.
I think we'll get back to them in a second because you're probably going to continue to put up a fight, I would assume, Dank.
Yeah.
I think they're going to just they're not going to try to hurt you, Dank. They're going to be trying to like pin you to the ground. But they're not like trying to inflict harm on you, just so you know. But we'll get to that in a second. The rest of you pile out into the corridor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a few feet away, you see a familiar face. This guy, he's probably like 10, 20 feet away. And he's pointing a gun at you.
Who?
This guy. The captain, basically. The guy who came in and talked to you guys and told you all the conditions of everything and all that stuff.
Liz is gonna hold up her hands and be like, "There's gas being sprayed in the goddamn room!"
Yeah, he makes a face at you. Like he kind of furrows his brow. He's pointing his gun at the group of you. And
Would
he
he have
goes,
heard me yell out, like, "It's not safe, don't breathe, don't go in there," when I tackled the robots?
yeah, certainly. Yeah. He's not that far away.
Okay.
With all of the activity really close to the sprayer, would Liz be like a little bit damp from it?
I mean, probably. Like, I would say probably Narcissa and Dank would also like appear to have a little bit.
Yeah, so that might be a way to confirm what we're saying.
Yeah. And
If,
also,
you
like,
know, if he doesn't know.
I mean, to be fair, like when the door opened, a bit of gas was coming out of the room, like with you.
True.
Like it's not like it's probably like leaking out into the hallway. The door's still open, so there's probably.
I mean, I'm trying. I've got one success. I didn't know if you wanted me to roll the second one or not.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll the second one. So you get the panel off and you're like reaching in there. Meanwhile, he's like
2 successes.
All right, yeah, you reach in there and there's like a click sound. The door closes. There's still like a little bit of gas to get out into the hallway, but yeah, you cut it off. He's pointing the gun at the group of you, And what'd you say, Liz? Sorry. Oh, you said something like there's a gas or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, there's gas coming out of the goddamn room.
He goes, he kind of like furrows his brow at you, and he keeps the gun pointed at you, and he says, "Gas? What gas?"
Well, it smelled like the stuff that was in the train car we were in.
Look, my shit
Friggin-
is soaked.
The spore spray from the goddamn aboobas. It was in a canister. It came down from the ceiling and sprayed out like an aerosol.
He says, I'm sorry, I think you
Must be mistaken.
There's no
Bite
gas.
me.
Bite me, you say, as we see the snake rear back and open its mouth and bite down on your neck. Does the snake get rolls? He gets rolls, right?
Yes.
All right. Make a roll.
Let me where's there it is. Let's see. It has trying to remember exactly how many. So it starts special roll 4 dice. It has 1 extra because I have another journal page. So 5 dice. I believe. Let me make sure. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let me roll that. There's my thing. Special 5.
All right.
No successes, but you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll re-roll that.
Okay. You can re-roll special rolls?
Oh wait, no, special roll. Can't re-roll specials.
Okay. So like you tell the snake to bite you, and it does. It does bite you. It doesn't really hurt, though. Yeah. It doesn't hurt as bad as you think, as you thought it would. Like you brace yourself for it, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything for you. Okay.
Just to like let you know, I will be requesting a bite at like every
Of course.
opportunity until it does.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to make sure.
I would fully expect you to do that.
Liz wants to talk to the robots in robot speech.
Okay. So you're going to use your machine tongue or whatever?
Yup.
Okay. I think
To
you make
show them I'm not kidding. I'm being serious. I would not expose myself to you if we did not need your help. She is doing this as like a sign of, I am not trying to be a threat. We need help.
Yeah, you got to make a special roll, I think, for the machine language.
Correct.
Yeah, otherwise it just doesn't work.
I really hope it succeeds. I'm pretty sure it's just one, right?
Yes, 1 die. Oh wait, do you have multiple first transmissions actually?
You have more than one. journal
First
page.
memory on your page.
Yes, I do actually.
That would
Roll
be
1 more then, because it increases. Yeah, it increases with every first transmission you have.
Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah, still doesn't succeed, but gave you a chance.
Yeah, so you try to communicate with the machine tongue, but just something isn't firing right. Like you just can't tap into it, I think. And maybe you just say what you were planning on saying out loud, which was the gist of it again is like, hey, we have a reason for what we're doing or something like that, basically.
Pretty much what she was trying to do is expose herself as a vagabond.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people don't usually do that unless it's extremely necessary. And she feels like this is extremely necessary. Like she already has enough problems stacked up on her as it is.
Yeah. Well, like you turn towards the machines who are currently wrestling with Dank on the ground, and you go to like tap into the machine language to sort of like reveal your vagabond power, but it just doesn't work. Like for whatever reason, you can't find it within you to summon the ability to speak the language correctly right now. So it just comes out as like normal speech. They of course don't react to it because they're busy wrestling with Dank. Dank, you're gonna get a contested check. You're gonna have a -1 this time because there's 2 of them, and they're basically trying to wrestle you to the ground. I'm gonna give them a +1 because there's 2 of them. One's helping the other. Okay. So Dank, you were on top of these guys. You like one arm around basically each of their waists. You pulled their legs out from under them, and they went over. Not like that Boston Dynamics robot that can't be knocked down or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
They did the opposite of that. But once you're on the ground with them, they're out from under you before you know it. Not only that, but they take both of the arms you swiped them down with, and they've got them behind your back, and they've got you restrained and pushed down on the ground firmly. But again, they're not injuring you. It's not comfortable, but you're not like in any pain. They're not twisting your arm or anything like that. You're just.
I'm gonna try to persuade the captain that we're not bullshitting.
Sure. Make
Persuasion.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not gonna resist at all.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like, hey, we're not. What do you say? What do you say exactly?
I look him dead in the eyes and I'm like, I'm serious. Something really messed up is going on. First, it was Jeb, you know, the weird thing in his stomach. And then there was some sort of weird resonance between him and something in the roof. And the thing from the roof came down and it was a canister and it sprayed this aerosol spray of spores everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
we're soaked in this stuff. Don't come any closer. It is not safe.
Yeah, he takes a step back, and he's continuing to point the gun at you, at the group of you, basically down the corridor. And he says,
Send somebody else to seal off this room with anything you have. We don't want it to spread to the rest of the ship. We did what we could.
Liz
Hopefully
is,
there isn't more devices like this located elsewhere in the ship.
yeah, he looks towards the group of you, and he says, He says, exactly. We don't want a breach of quarantine. That's why you have to
Get back in the room. Go back inside now.
If we go back in there, you're consigning us all to death. You understand that, right?
You can trust us.
Can we?
Question. Is that like weird vocal thing? Is that happening for me since I haven't been breathing that stuff in?
I mean, define breathing that stuff in. You're still holding your breath, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Make a roll.
What kind?
This be like it could either be like an athletics or like some kind of physical fitness roll, or like a constitution kind of thing.
While that's going on, can I just want
Bite.
to see if this is
Bite me.
something I can do.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, I don't know if like my snake doing something like I wouldn't say prohibits. Precludes me from like doing a little something. It wouldn't be anything big. It would just be like a character interaction. Would that still be all right in the like same time frame?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, so that's a
I might or might
critical
not
rule
do it.
of 3s. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I might not do it then.
Okay. Enigma, you do still hear it,
Oh, okay, I do it.
but
Okay.
but that's kind of the clue.
Yeah, I okay. Dis turns to Enigma, grabs their shoulders, and says, "This is all a dream. You need to wake up. Gemina, wake up."
Oh, fuck. Okay. So that's gonna be. Oh shit. All right, here we go again. Okay. So I'm gonna make a collective memory roll.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what the memory is?
Yes, I do. But I assume I need to see if this succeeds.
Well, if you're making a memory, you automatically succeed.
No. So I have collective memory as a like memory as like a skill or whatever from the other two.
Okay.
It's like a special skill.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I think I have like a +2 to it or whatever.
All right. Savvy success.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay. See? I told you at the beginning we were probably going to get to this. I was going to try and get to this. Oh, damn. All right. So, yeah, the memory is it's a completely different version of an Enigma that we've seen before. More feminine, like their hair is like super long and it's braided back, and some of it's kind of over their face. And she's actually using she, her pronouns, which is new for the Enigma clan. And she's just like bent over, like chest heaving, just sobbing. And there's another person in a chair kind of across from her, probably saying something fairly wise.
Okay.
Zach?
I don't know about that.
Fair. But yeah, the person across from them is Disrupt.
All right.
Yeah, and they're coming back to, and she's coming back to herself, and yep, that's more or less what's happening there.
Okay, so you're remembering this previous as a different Enigma, more female Enigma, and basically being snapped out of something by the same command word.
Maybe
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
that would track.
Would it
I
be
mean,
okay?
given their situation, given her situation, I think that would probably track.
Okay. And is it okay for me to ask what Disrupt is saying? Or are you not sure? Or because you said something wise. I'm just curious.
That would be totally up to Zach.
I'm interested. I want more info.
The only way out is through?
Okay.
That works.
And
We're gonna go Scientology on this.
Remind us what this collective memory skill does. Shares the memory with everyone around you. Is that right?
So that basically is what we use to establish the link between this version of Enigma and A-Team's Enigma and
Okay.
Amgene.
Okay.
So now this Enigma also has this connective link to
This group.
this new version of Enigma that's named Gemina.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Not how I expected to
will
get to
say-
this.
I will say, just because technically speaking, it does have to happen during the session. Do you think that this would like have a stress of the unknown
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
On
for
Enigma.
this particular enigma.
Yeah, I think so, probably. Like, we haven't seen this Enigma know anything else about other Enigmas yet, right? Or the collective, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say it's not gonna be like a super high DC.
Yeah.
I think I had you with 4 dice on the similar roll with the other ones. So I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna try to keep it the same. Here's the DC.
Find it kind of fitting that I made the unknown happen.
That's 8, 9.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong thing. Yeah. Yeah, let me go ahead and re-roll that one just to see if I can pass this, because that would be nice.
Okay. Yeah, you just need a 3 or better. 50-50 shot. Ooh.
Ah, darn.
No. Okay. I guess I just go down a mind step. That's fine.
Right, yeah. Okay. So,
Oh, God.
yeah, he turns and says this to you, whispers a code word, and you get this flash of memory.
Okay. Okay. Now to try and decide how to... Because I have... My beacon lets me share memories. So I'm going to try that.
You're going to try to share the memory?
To wake everybody up.
Yeah, okay. You have a roll for your beacon skill for doing this?
Yes, I'm trying to make sure dice pool increases for each page of memories you have filled, up to a maximum of 4. Okie dokie, perfect. There is a success in there. Fantastic, so it works.
All right. So, the scene cuts really quickly. Maybe we get that freeze frame shot again, but this time it's all of you in the corridor with this guy pointing his gun at you.
This like shaking Enigma.
Yeah. And we get like a slow fade to black on this still shot with music playing before it fades back in with all of you back in this room, laying in your beds. Dank, there's 2 people standing over you, trying to hold you down. There's also a guy in the room standing near the door. He's wearing a mask, like a helmet. As you all snap to, you're suddenly lucid for a second. You're still in the med bay. There's no gas. The door's closed. Jeb's laying there in his bed still. And the captain says, I don't see any gas. I'm telling you, I think you all need to calm down. Look, we've got the situation under control. The antidote is almost ready. The doctor will be here any second.
Oh, thank God, none of it was real.
As Dank, you suddenly come to, and you're kind of in the middle of, like, you have your own hands behind your back. Like, you're laying on your back, but your hands are, like, tucked behind your back. And they're just kind of, like, holding your legs down. like very gently.
Like you did the
So like
work
he was
yourself.
playing into the hallucination himself. Yeah.
Yeah. The captain is also not pointing a gun at anyone, just by the way.
That is a relief.
As Liz's fucking hands are up and she's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. There's no cylinder in the center of the room. There's no, the sheets are all where they were. There's no gas or anything like that. Jeb's not lurching around in his bed. He's just laying there still.
Oh my
Finally,
God.
a moment of lucidity.
Has everything been a lie?
Oh, thank goodness. I knew you could do it.
Okay. All right.
I would
well,
very much like to know how you knew that, but that's a conversation for another day. Fuck my head.
okay, it seems we got most of you back for the time being. Good. Okay. Please, just try and stay calm. We're almost ready. We haven't forgotten about you. All right? Like I said, the doctor, they said that they put an announcement over. They're going to be done any minute now.
Oh,
And there's
I hope
like
we didn't cause you any trouble.
he kind of he shrugs and he says, no more than expected. Some of us on the ship have encountered the seed of a booba before. We know it gets worse. Just then there's like a pounding at the door. Captain puts a hand up to the side of his helmet, and you hear him go, "Send them on in, please, and hurry." And the door slides open as somebody steps into the room. This guy. And he quickly makes his way past the captain. He's carrying a basically a bunch of like a tray with some syringes and like a glass bottle with no markings on it. But there's like a liquid floating around in the bottle. Yeah, he walks into the room and he probably goes squeezes past the two robots who are basically just standing near you at this point. Like you've stopped resisting, so they're not really like even trying to hold you down. The door slides closed behind him. He goes to the cupboard, he sets the tray down. He looks at Jeb and back to the captain across the room. He says, "This one looks to have the worst of it. Gonna hit him first." And he like takes one of the syringes, dips it in the liquid, and takes a pull. Basically, pulls some of the liquid into the syringe, and he kind of like administers it to Jeb, like right in the neck. Jeb doesn't resist or anything. He's limp completely. He probably sets it back down, separate from the other syringes, grabs another one, moves towards you. Enigma?
Yeah, I mean, if I have a free arm, I'll offer it out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he'll kind of like, he rubs one hand on your arm, like for a second, as if you were like zooming in on a phone. And then he jabs the needle in between the two fingers. And pushes the antidote in. And then, pulls it back. And then he walks back over to the cupboard, puts it down by the other one, grabs another syringe, does the same thing. And he basically goes to administer it to all of you. Does anyone do anything weird? Like, Dank, you're probably next.
I'll let it happen.
All right, yeah, he gives you the shot.
While they're focused on giving antidotes, I would like to do a scan to see if the worm is still in Jeb or if it was a part of the dream.
Yeah, you look over towards Jeb. Make a scan roll, I guess. Whatever you used last time. I think it was perception or something like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Critical success, rule of threes. So yeah, you get this like, it's like predator vision or something, right? Where you get like X-ray vision, you see his skeleton, all his veins and stuff. Yeah, there's nothing in his chest.
Just a big exhale of relief.
He's just laying there. He's also you can see that he's breathing and he's alive. Although his like pulse is pretty faint. His
Oh my
breathing is very
God.
slow.
Wait, does that mean that everything I did with the knife I didn't actually do?
You're looking at him with your scanner vision. You did get a critical success roll of 3s, so make sure you mark the extra +1 memory down. And yeah, on the like X-ray vision or whatever, you see the knife tucked in his sleeve.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, it's still there. You really put the knife. Yeah, you really put the knife there.
But the captain
Concerned
never
about
found it.
that than the worm.
Yeah, they haven't searched him yet or anything. You guys
hey, I mean, that's fine.
You guys didn't be like it was him, did you?
Pretty sure we did.
Did you?
I'm
Alright.
pretty sure we did.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we? But I feel like we only did that after he searched him. Did we?
No,
I don't
I
remember
did the
100%.
whistle thing, and Jeb moved funny, and the knife fell, and the captain.
Oh
got
yeah,
found.
none of that was real.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we didn't actually implicate him yet.
Yeah. Because the whistle thing, none of that was real.
Yeah, that didn't actually happen.
That was all part of the hallucination. The whistle triggering Jeb, the whistle like turning the thing on, the hum on in the ceiling, all of that was
The whistle triggering the keypad.
yeah. All that was part of the hallucination. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Dank, you get your antidote. Narcissa, do you allow him to inject you with the antidote?
She'd hold out her hand for it.
Yeah. He injects your wrist or something, I guess, or somewhere along.
No,
your-
like, give me.
Oh, like I see. Yeah. So he starts to, and then you're like, no. You're gonna give me that needle. And he kind of makes a face, and then gives you the needle. He hands it to you. Stands back and
She
watches.
sticks herself.
Okay. Yeah, he watches you inject yourself, and then he seems satisfied. And he goes back to the cupboard to grab another needle.
Question is, did she actually inject herself, or did she like through and through?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Yeah.
You do?
Okay.
All right. So he grabs another needle. Liz, you're next. You let him.
Yeah.
All right. Goes back, gets another needle, and then this.
Oh, definitely. I am like, give it to me. Give it to me. Do not want to go back to that fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Sure, he'll hand it to you. He looks at the captain and he says, just, well, give them a few minutes to let them take effect. In the meantime, he goes back, he like presents another needle and is like, your turn. And the captain's like, ugh, and he like takes his helmet off and he turns his head to one side and yeah, he injects his neck. What were you saying, Liz? Bald? Is that what you were saying?
I was making a SpongeBob reference because
Oh,
you
okay.
said he took off his helmet.
Oh, okay. And then he goes back to the table, grabs another syringe, and he says, and myself, of course. And he gives himself an injection. And he says, let's see here. He says, Sophie is still in this wing. I'll administer hers as well. And he he takes the tray back towards the door and he passes by the two robots and he says, although I'll assume the two of you will be fine, although you may want to stand in a medical shower or something before you leave this wing. Maybe a decon room. And then he steps towards the door.
Be careful, don't ruin your circuits. Did that really just come out of my mouth?
Did it? I don't know. Did it?
He's gonna stare at Narcissa.
So did you say it or not?
Oh, absolutely. And then she was like, did that really just come out of my mouth?
Oh, that was in character
Just
too.
all in character.
Yeah, so like
This is your fault. I'm turning into a nice person.
They all kind of look back at you for a minute, make a weird face, and then he just walks out of the room. The captain says, we're gonna run a filter of the air in this section. It'll probably take about an hour. After that, you're all free to move about as you please. I've already sent word to the armory and the storage about you picking up your things. Oh, there was one more thing. We still need to figure out who killed the person on your tram, as I mentioned earlier. Do you all have any thing to say about that? He kind of looks towards the unconscious guy in the room.
Frankly, at this point, I don't know what was real and what wasn't, so I have no idea.
I saw it happen with my own two eyes. Jeb just did it because he physically assaulted Narcissa.
Okay. Make a deception roll as he like looks over to you.
I'm gonna you know what?
Make a
I'll
memory.
spend memory points. Yeah.
All right, you're gonna make like a deception memory.
Yeah, I'll do a +1 for now.
Okay.
3 points. 3 points, 2 points. Wait, it's 2 points, right?
2 for plus
yeah,
one.
it's
For
two.
+1.
Yeah.
2? Okay. I haven't made one in so long, I forgot.
Yeah, so
I'm running really low on points. On memory points, I should specify.
so you're like, yeah, it was Jeb because the guy assaulted her.
She's pretty much telling exactly what happened, except for blaming it on him and not saying anything about herself.
Yeah. He looks over towards the robots who are now basically just standing by Dank's bed, and he says, "Search him." And they both move over to the bed. They start patting him down. He's totally out of it, like he's totally unconscious, essentially. So he doesn't resist at all. And they pat him down. Most of his stuff is gone, but then they are patting him down on his arms, and one of them goes, the good one goes, crap, what was his voice again? I don't remember.
He
That's
was
okay,
a
neither do we.
cheerful guy.
But basically, he's like, "Oh, we got something," and he reaches into his sleeve. He pulls out the knife, and he holds it up, and he says, "Huh, must have missed it before." And he looks back towards the captain, and he says, "Yeah, looks like it." He like kind of holds it up in front of his face, and he says, "Does match the scans for the wound, from what I'm told." And the captain takes a step forward with some handcuffs and puts them on Jeb on the bed, who again doesn't react. He's just out of it. And he says, "Fine. Well, he'll get his day in courts, I suppose. The rest of you will be free to walk about."
Thank you again for all of this. Don't want to think about where we'd be if we hadn't ran into you guys.
Dead.
Just said I didn't want to think about it.
Yeah, he says, he kind of shrugs. He's like, "Not a problem. That's what people are supposed to be here for anyways, to look after each other, and we couldn't see someone stranded like that and not help." So he just kind of nods, and he says, he kind of looks back at you again, and he says, "Do we need to worry about any of you do anything crazy again?"
I would assume not, but you know.
Hard to really be sure.
Depends on if this antidote works well or not.
Yeah, he says it should begin to take effect within a few minutes. He says,
Yeah.
like I said, we'll be filtering the air in this wing. Give that about an hour or so. You'll hear the door unlock when it's done. And if you want to find me, I'll be on the bridge as soon as they let us out of here. You can meet me there. And,
Excellent.
he takes a step out the door.
Hey.
What do you say?
Your doctor didn't take this.
The needle?
Mm-hmm.
He holds out his hand.
She holds it out to him, holding on to the needle end.
Yeah, he'll grab it. He'll take it from you. He'll say, "Okay, I'll make sure to ask him how best way of disposing of it, I guess."
You should have a sleeve to cover the needle, and there should be a biohazard waste disposal somewhere.
If you don't, you're an idiot.
Especially being
go.
self-contained like this.
Yeah, he nods. He says, "Okay, understood. I'll let him know." And he walks back towards the door. The robots do the same thing. They once again all walk out and leave y'all in there. The door closes and locks. Now,
I'm so glad none of that was real.
can we go to break for a second? I gotta use the restroom.
Yeah.
Me too. Also, I'm only good to go until 1 a.m.
Okay, so we got 40
Eastern time.
Okay, so we got
40 minutes.
40 minutes. All right. We will be back in a second. I don't know, 5 minutes or something like that.
Sure.
All right. 1 second, guys. Be right back.
BRB.
Just want to say thank you to Ms. Scorpio, who gave us a follow a few minutes ago. Thank you, Ms. Scorpio. All right, I'm back. Let's see how they're doing, huh?
The gendered twins and the non-gendered twins. This is fine.
How are you guys doing? Are you guys all here?
You?
Nope, we all died.
Right.
It was the hallucination.
Liz is still mute.
Okay. How are you guys doing? So somebody called it last session. I think it was Zach. I think you called it.
I technically did. Yeah.
I tried not to like say anything, but you were right on the money, as you usually are. Like with a lot of stuff. But yeah, pretty much everything happening there was a hallucination. Good job, you guys got through it.
I'm just glad that I still got to get rid of that
Frame
knife.
someone.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the stuff you guys were doing, you were kind of doing.
Right.
At least for the most part.
Speaking of, is my snaky friend actually there?
Do you want it to be there?
Yes.
Then yes. However, the doctor would have given you a very strange look when they administered your antidote.
I'm fine with this. I get these looks all the time. Usually for my comments about suicide. But
Oh, Jesus Christ.
do you remember that? Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Discord and his fucking Discord's brain.
Discord, the fuck?
I'm both Disrupt and Discord, whatever. Disrupt in his joke of stepping in front of a train.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Derrin stepped in front of a bus, so I mean, you're already halfway there.
Car.
Whoa,
a car.
living on
yeah.
a prayer.
Lemon on a pear.
Well, assuming you guys don't do anything too crazy over the next few minutes, the headaches.
As a preventative measure, I would like my snake to bite me.
Sure it does.
Are we back?
Yeah. Are we all back?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think we're all back, right? Everyone's unmuted. Maury, you back? Dank?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Caitlin was talking.
Sweet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, assuming you guys don't immediately do anything crazy over the next few minutes, you would start feeling better. It becomes easier to breathe. Any kind of like headache you might have, or like blurry vision or anything starts to fade. Jeb, however, stays unconscious. He's probably pretty tuckered out.
Do I still have my stuff?
The stuff that you hid?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what stuff exactly?
The vial and the tablet.
The vial and the metal sheet you do not have. It never existed.
That was the hallucination.
It was part of the hallucination. You do, however, have any scalpels he may have hid on you. Still have those.
And probably those medicines from the beginning.
Yeah.
That was Dank.
I think I thought
Yeah, for whoever it was.
Yeah, I thought he gave them to somebody. I don't know. But yeah, you have all that stuff. However, the vial of liquid and the metal with the strange writing on it was not real. Looking under your bed, the compartment you got it out of is not real. It was not there.
I
Looking
do
up-
still whistle the tones to see if anything happens.
Sure, yeah. You whistle the tones. You don't have to roll. Nothing happens.
Oh,
Enigma is over here doing like breathing exercises, like trying to like extra calm themselves down because hi, brain blast of new memories. I'm going through it again.
Yeah. All those new memories were real, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess, depending on how you look at it. Yeah. You probably would be able to feel like the airflow in the room. Like there's like the vent is blowing a lot of air, pulling a lot of air. You can breathe fine and everything though. And
First time for that in a while.
yeah. And as you guys just kind of like hanging out here for a few minutes as you like suddenly realize you're starting to feel better.
yeah.
What are y'all doing in that time?
Oh, so my snake does bite me.
Yeah, it bites you, sure.
Okay.
You want it to bite you. Yeah, I would assume you would go down a body step, but
Yay!
It doesn't really matter because I'm gonna end the scene. Basically,
yes, but I get an extra memory point because I lost a body step.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, you'll recover your body step basically immediately because somewhere in the middle of this break, I'm gonna change. We'll count it as a scene change. So if you're down a mind step, if you're down a single body step, all those you can treat as recovered from here on out.
Yay! The unknown have no consequences.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did okay. Like that encounter could have gone a lot worse, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we could have been shot for like resisting whatever the fuck they were doing to us.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't know they were trying to administer those vaccines, that would have been bad.
We didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We're all welcome.
Yeah, facts. Because both Liz and Dink B have detached from calm.
Yeah.
Well, as you all sort of sit here and discuss, maybe you just kind of are recovering, resting for a little while from your recent bunch of hallucinations and craziness going on.
Taking some time to meditate. This is fine.
Yeah.
You know what I like? Not being in a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah. After a while, you do hear a click from the door. As you turn to look, the door slides open. There's no one standing there. Just an empty corridor.
I'm gonna do my scan to ensure it's not an invisible person.
Sure, make a
I trust nothing.
make an
The
observation
paranoia at this
check.
point is warranted.
Pick at the fresh bite from the siren, you mean? Narcissa?
The guy.
What?
Oh, the guy bit you. The guy on the train?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why Liz killed him, is because he was hurting people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He didn't just. She did not just do it because she felt like it. This time actually had a reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like it was like an extreme like measure, but it wasn't like unwarranted. It was just,
Yeah. I think it's fair.
it just might not have been as far as like some particular people would have gone, but
Yeah.
not unwarranted.
Right.
Agreed.
But Narcissa also keeps certain scars on her for a reason.
Or
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know, my head's clear. I think I'm gonna get up and walk around.
Sure, yeah. Maybe we see you get up and are you just like exit the room immediately?
Yeah.
Also, I did it. I got a success.
All right.
Oh yeah, the scanning for invisible.
Yeah, you scan. Yeah, there's nobody there. There's nobody hiding.
Oh, cool. They're just letting us out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and follow Dank.
Sure. This Narcissa Enigma.
I am just enjoying this nice bed at the moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
think
do that.
Narcissa says, I wouldn't do that.
What?
Wouldn't do what?
I wouldn't leave if I were you.
But why?
Do you think they're setting up a trap? An
Or something
ambush?
else is going on. It takes a while for an antidote to kick in. It's only been a few minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're still in quarantine in this wing of the ship. But we're allowed
Well,
to
he
get
did
up.
say that we could go to the bridge, so it might not be as much quarantine as you think.
He says within an hour, this wing will be unlocked and we'll have access to the rest of the ship.
But I think if we
So,
could leave the room, somebody would at least let us know.
he did let us know. See, watch.
He did
I
say once
walk
the
up
door
to
was
the
open that
door.
we'd be fine.
You walk up to the door. Okay.
Does it open?
It's already open. It opened when I said it clicked and it opened. It stayed open since then.
You know what?
Cool.
Liz is just gonna walk outside.
Yeah, no, I'm walking out. Like,
Sure.
if the door is open and they told us we could go and walk around the wing, I'm gonna go walk around the wing.
Yeah, okay. So we see the two of you step outside. Camera stays with the rest of the group for a second. I just want to see what they're going to do.
I'll go ahead and stay with because I assume Narcissa's going to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll stay
Yeah.
here.
I don't think Enigma's going either. I think they're literally just taking the time to meditate.
Yeah,
Sure.
so you're gonna let the two murder hobos go off unsupervised? Okay.
Should be
I
fun.
mean, I kind of need to make sure our doctor is fine.
A bold choice, Captain. Let's see if it pays off.
All right. Well, why don't you guys do this then? Roll me a d2. One we stay with the group in the med bay. 2, we see what you guys get into first. All right. Stay with the group in the med bay. So yeah, they
What's everybody's out times? It is like 11:30 or 11:40ish. I just wanted to check.
22 minutes.
22 minutos.
Okay, just making sure.
Thank
Cool.
you, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no
thanks
problem.
for the reminder. So, medbay people, what are you guys doing? The two, Liz and Dank leave.
Meditating.
Yeah, you're over there meditating. Narcissa, disrupt.
I'll go ahead and sit up on my bed and kind of face over towards Narcissa. So, how are you feeling?
Fine, I guess.
That's good. You were hit a little hard with whatever it was that got us.
I think I had quite a bit in my system.
I wasn't that far behind you. I guess, luckily enough for me, I have prior history with knowing things are out of whack.
Dreadlands?
Yeah. It's kind of a trip to be out of the nightmare.
You spend a lot of time in there?
Well, kind of hard to be sure, but it felt like a long time. Usually does.
Interesting. She's gonna get up and look for some gods to wrap up the bite.
Yeah. Yeah, you go over to the cupboard, and we see you like open the cupboard up, and yeah, we see the same stuff in there as we saw before during the hallucination. So yeah, there's like masks and gauze, medicines, all that stuff. It's all still there.
She just gets like gauze and patches and goes back to her bed.
Sure.
Let me know if you need a hand with that. I know it can be a little bit of a handful to bandage yourself.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
It's hard doing it one-handed.
Right. I will tentatively reach over and, like, you know, with some care, like, help you hold. Basically just, you know, try not to go too fast, because, yeah, we're all a little jumpy, so may as well keep the startles to a minimum.
Sure. Whichever one of you wants to make like a medicine roll with a +1 die.
Probably her. She's the more knowing what's happening. I'm just giving an extra hand.
Sure.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. You do a great job. Like it's second nature to you.
Yeah.
Good.
At all the like moving around and stuff, I think Enigma does kind of finally sort of sit back and kind of look over at the other two. And kind of specifically makes eye contact with Disrupt at some point and goes, well, I guess that answers the question of how you knew.
Yes, that's Sorry to have to pull that, but we were getting a little bit desperate there.
They just sort of shrug. No, it's fine. Just a lot more going on in my head now than I was really expecting.
I was hoping to avoid that. It's what's kind of working on with your other friend. I know it's not exactly a pleasant feeling when that sort of thing happens.
You doing all right, Enigma? And she's gonna reach out and put her hand on your forehead with her right hand, which from previous memories you would expect to be cool, but is warm.
Yeah, they sort of like you touch their forehead, and it's different from how they're expecting, and they do flinch just slightly, and kind of blink at you for a second and go, "It's different.
You okay?
It's
That'll be the dissonance. Sorry, you'll have to get used to that.
It's fine.
It'll take time for sure. Apparently, a fair amount of therapy. That'll be fun to look forward to."
Well, I think I have some office days open.
Well, as long as you don't make the therapist need therapy, I think you'll be okay.
Oh, it's all right. I always need therapy.
At your open office days comments, Enigma does roll their eyes at you.
What? You can tell I was a pretty good therapist before, I think.
Not judging your talents or your skills there. More the attempt at a joke.
All my patients did say I'm a ray of fucking sunshine.
Now that's some bullshit.
Before or after you threatened to put them on the table?
Oh, neither. Look, I may look a bit dour, but getting out of the nightmare, living here is the best thing that ever happened to me.
She's gonna lean over towards Enigma and with her hand dramatically whisper. She knows Disrupt can hear her.
Stage whisper.
If you ever want to make him run away, just offer the man chocolate.
And they Enigma just nods as if you've just delivered the most sage advice they have ever heard in their life.
She just gives Disrupt the most shit-eating grin. Yes, I now have another one to harass you with.
Yeah. There's after kind of a quiet pause, Enigma does kind of look up at you again and asks, how many did she have?
One that she was struggling with, but until you kind of have the information yourself, I feel it'd be a little against client-patient confidentiality to say much more.
And they just sort of nod and goes, "Well, you're going to have your work cut out for you. There's 3 of them now."
This probably... Unfortunately, Dis probably looks excited by the idea.
Yeah, they do give you kind of a sus
crap,
look.
I hope that they don't take that the wrong way.
Yeah, you
Narcissus
get a
looking
little bit
between
of a
us,
sus
he's so
look.
confused.
You
Sorry.
saw.
It's a little bit of a unique situation, so getting more information on it is always interesting.
Hey, I mean, as long as I'm learning more about myself, right? And then
Right?
looks at Narcissa and says, "You saw, right? You have that
Oh, what?
memory still?"
Well, the gas?
No, how we woke up.
Yeah, that.
Because you
Oh.
would have, like, they literally shared
Yeah.
that memory with you guys.
Yeah. You guys all.
So that's something you would have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You would have seen the other Enigma basically on my couch.
The one that looked kind of like you, but not really you?
She is me. There's a lot of us. Or at least I know of a handful now. Some more closely than others.
If you've got 3 and none of them are hers, then that makes 5 at least.
6. Well, 6 that I have clear images of. And
Counting or
one
not
has
counting?
spoken of another. And one has spoken of others, but I don't see them as clearly.
I see.
We are the collective.
I think maybe we fade in that scene there, not like another scene, like narrative mechanically, but we crossfade
Right.
to the other group for a few minutes here before we end. Dank, Liz, upon leaving the room, you're met with a corridor. Presumably, this corridor spans the this sort of wing of the ship, if you will. Stepping outside and walking down the corridor, you see a dark. Well, it's not dark. There's lights, although they're somewhat dim. The corridor is sort of dirty. Like looking at the walls, it's not that much different than the med bay. There's some obvious signs of wear on the walls, even some graffiti. Like the ship itself does continue that with that sort of aged, well lived in, well used look. There are people in the corridor. They're not all right next to the room, but you do see a couple people sort of sitting off to the side on like a bench that's in the corridor. Some of them are wearing like protective gear, like what might look sort of like a hazmat suit. No distinct markings or anything like that, though. Basically, travel with survival gear. Some of them might be wearing like a gas mask or a breathing mask. There are a couple people that are patrolling with weapons, or at least like pacing the corridor. Nobody seems to like give you any mind or anything. Like if they see you, they would just kind of like nod to you. They wouldn't really like interrupt you or anything. But that's where you guys are when we rejoin with you here. I'll give you a screen. It looks something like this.
Okay.
Gotcha.
What are you all doing as we fade back in and catching up with you guys?
So like everybody in the hallways just chilling, sitting there, not really doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, they may give you a nod when you presumably you didn't just step out into the hallway. Maybe you've been walking the corridor for a couple of minutes or something. But yeah, I mean, they don't like stop you, or these are people that are either like resting, or working in this wing of the ship, and maybe they're on a break or something. They don't really like regard you. You can talk to some of them if you like, or you guys can try to go do whatever it is you plan on doing. Up to you guys. You can look for somebody who might also be in this wing if you want to. Yeah, it's up to you. Whatever you'd like to do.
I want to look around and see if I notice a glint of a strange kind of metal.
You're looking for relics, I would assume.
That would be correct.
Yeah, you just give everything a once over. Sure. Make a perception check.
Cool. There we go.
Critical success. Rule of threes. Make yourself a memory if you like. Yeah, looking around, they're scanning everybody nearby. You don't really see anything that catches your eye. However, I mean, you're looking for stuff that ties to your habitat. Am I right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing in the immediate vicinity catches your eye. Nothing these guys are wearing. Nothing like that. But you can, like, once you think about it for a second, you can feel something. You can feel something close. Maybe not in this wing, but there's definitely, once you sort of focus on that feeling, it's like it's hard to describe it. It's like a surreal feeling of nostalgia calling to you. There's definitely something on the ship.
I will keep that in mind.
Liz is just kind of out and about, just trying to get a feel of the place, I guess. Trying to figure out what's around, giving myself kind of a tour.
Okay. Yeah, are you just gonna kind of pace the hallways here?
Yeah.
Sure. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I am looking for electronic type things like batteries and such to keep on hand. And also some like surgical supplies if needed.
Okay. You do notice a lot of other rooms in the mid bay. There's a lot of other doors. Many of them are closed, but like if you approach the door, they would just open. You might stumble upon the room where there's like a table in the middle of the room. There's a bunch of medical tools near the table on a cart. There's also on one side of the room, there's a glass window that leads to another room. There's like an area to like wash yourself, and it's like a sink area. There'd be like an area where there's like basically like aprons and gloves and stuff like that put away, medical masks. It's basically like a surgery room or an autopsy room. It's probably been cleaned by this point, but presumably this would be where they did the procedure on the creature to get the antidote. There's probably more medical gear in here if you're looking for anything in particular. You could probably snatch some of that stuff up in here. There would even be like like EKG kind of equipment, I guess, or like all kinds of stuff. So it'd probably be more sophisticated equipment in this room is kind of what I'm saying. But yeah, you're welcome to like try to grab stuff. You might be able to find some batteries in some of the equipment, or at least like remove batteries from some of the equipment. And nobody's really like stopping you. Like the room's open, you're kind of free to walk around. Nobody's really gonna stop you from doing anything unless Dank does, I guess. People in this area of the ship seem kind of be. Most people are busy, or they're just like sitting, waiting for the sort of like medical wing to open to the rest of the ship.
While I'm in the surgical room, I'm gonna check to see if there's any like spores or a piece of the siren, like the gland or whatever, was left behind.
Ooh, yeah, I don't see why they would keep anything. It seems like it'd be a huge mistake to do that. Yeah, I mean they probably clean the place pretty well. You might even find like cleaning equipment in there. Yeah, I don't think that they would just like leave any part of the creature left like out on the table or.
Gotcha. I was just like double checking to make sure
Uh,
all of it was out.
I tell you what, make an observation roll.
Because we want to make sure every single last bit of this fucking thing is gone.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh no.
Are you gonna re-roll?
Yeah.
All right. Spend an influence point. Re-roll.
There we go.
Okay. So yeah, like looking around the room, everything seems pretty clean. However, you do notice like a biohazard waste disposal area that's marked. Probably, I don't know. Some of you guys who work in the medical field, they kind of look like a normal garbage can, right? Like except for what, they got a special marking on them. How does bio waste?
Most of them are red and have a small opening.
Small opening. Okay.
Or at least like a narrow opening. Mostly it's just to make sure that people can't like stick their hand back in there to try and get stuff out.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you see like a bin like that. You could probably see like in the bin some like world equivalent of like rags, like medical rags and stuff like that. Maybe even some disposable medical equipment like stuff to take a sample, like a large plastic syringe without a needle on it or something, like to gather a sample of liquid or something like that. Like those kinds of things in this bin. But it's kept secure and it's probably airtight also, I would think. Like maybe you drop something into a slot and then you close it and then you push a button and it opens up and drops into the inside of the container or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty extreme one, but I could see that as like a super secure sort of thing.
All right, cool.
But yeah, like looking into it, you don't see like pieces of organ or tissue. It's mostly just like stuff like rags and stuff like that.
Stuff that came into contact with the thing, but not necessarily the thing itself.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. That is fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you're like exploring, you probably find like I don't know, like another room where there's like a bunch of slots in a wall. I don't know, big enough for a person to slide into. like a morgue kind of room. There may even also be like a machine that's designated with couple symbols that translate to incinerator or something like that. Yeah.
That's morbid, but kind of cool.
Yeah. Well,
she's gonna keep
Where else
note
would
of
the bodies
this.
go?
yeah. Well, they're probably, it's not like a normal thing that you would expect to see, but contaminants are a pretty common thing, and if the ship's been traveling up and down the corridor for the tourist corridor for a while, it might be kind of a standard practice to have that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
If you don't have anywhere else to put the bodies, just blow them out of the air, blow them out of the smokestack.
Yeah. Now we're a little bit past time. Is there anything else you guys, the two of you, would like to do before we end?
Nope.
Nah, it's late. We'll call it.
Okay. So maybe we fade out on that. Like you're exploring the Medwing, you find a couple of these sort of morbid things. Maybe the like you're seeing other people on the ship and stuff now, and maybe it's just like taking you aback a little bit with how morbid the situation is on the ship in general, I guess. But we'll find out next time what sort of shenanigans you guys get into when the lockdown is lifted. So thank you guys for playing today. You guys all did awesome. You made it through your hallucination trip. That is another encounter down for you guys with a success on the books. So
I'd say we did pretty good.
Yeah, you guys did for sure. Make sure you guys take your influence point, your memory point. And
I got another.
I'll go ahead and here I'll tell you, since you guys aced that one encounter last time and I kind of told you about it. I'll tell you what some of my notes were on this encounter. So this encounter is called Medbay Mystery. While locked in the medbay, the players start to lose their senses. They notice strange equipment in the room, a peculiar device emitting a low hum. One of the players finds a hidden compartment under their bed containing a vial of unknown liquid and a note written in a language they don't recognize. A device, a small cylindrical object, emits a low frequency hum from the ceiling. If tampered with, it releases a gas containing the spore of a booba. Let's see here. The players must figure out if they are in a hallucination or escape from the room and the corridor at all costs, potentially harming their hosts.
We slightly did both.
You slightly did both. So I would say you guys got the good ending, because the bad ending would have been you hurt somebody or you got out of the corridor, like out of the med wing of the ship, basically contaminating everything. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys all an extra memory point for the success on the encounter.
I am officially full on memory points.
Where do I put that one? Because I don't have space.
Well, unfortunately,
Technically, you lose it, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there's a cap on memory points, so
Can I donate it to somebody?
you can make a memory right now.
Yeah, true. You could use it for a
Mm,
memory.
yeah, that's true.
You can't give it to another
I
player.
cannot because I will have problems if I do that.
Okay,
You're
I'll
the
give it a
only
thought and
one.
we'll see.
What were you saying, Maury?
Oh, I was saying that Zach would be the only one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Darn you, nightmare, and making all my positives negatives.
Well, you guys did good today. Good job, everybody. So next time we'll see what sort of hijinks you guys get into on the ship. You can also, you guys watching, you can join the public Discord. It is free, and you can see the chaos for yourself. There were some memes posted tonight, as usual.
You can also see the work in progress of Gemina's art.
Right on. Here, I'll post the link. Yeah, go check out Gerb's art, twitter.com/sketching space. Give a follow, say hello. You guys got us to 4,000 on YouTube today, so thank you for that. Go spread the love.
Ooh.
You can also head over to buymeacoffee.com/broken dank and fuel up the hallucinating murder hobo. Make him have much success in all of his presentations. And of course, you can head to Joanne and check out her pages on Instagram, TikTok, and coffee.com/ace-of-wands-designs as well. And yeah, good job, all the players. You guys did fantastic. Make sure you get your points for your beacons and stuff too if you followed your beacons today. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back Monday with some more Force of Flesh, hopefully. We'll be back next Wednesday with some more Broken. And yeah, we'll see what these players get into. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a good one. Do we have any end remembers, Zach?
And remember, if you think you're in a nightmare, yell at your friends to wake up.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.